Hello, dear friends there in America, Steve and Linda, and fellow brothers and sisters. I'm Dr. Brian Myers, and I am a longtime friend of Linda's. She knew me when I was 8 back in Taiwan, so that's over 40 years ago. And she has been in touch and followed what the Lord has led us to here in Beta, Beta, Mozambique. She asked me to do a quick video about some of the events that we're facing, and so this is what that is. It's a quick video. There have been a couple of events that have impacted our family over the 9 years that we've been here. Some of them are safety related, a lot of them are spiritual, and in some, we're glad to be the children of God, and wherever He calls us in the world, that is what we do, and we walk with Him, and the church historically has laid its life down on the line, and for us, that means including some things as a family that are less than ideal. As you may know, Mozambique is one of the poorest countries in the world, has one of the least developed healthcare systems, is rife with corruption, and spiritual oppression, a lot of witchcraft here. There is a church that is slowly, that is getting established, but it is thin and syncretistic, and the northern Mozambique is almost exclusively Muslim. So as we've moved forward as a family, I guess I'll tell you a couple stories. One of them, it happened about 5 years ago when the twins and Jordan were about 5 years old, 5 and 6. They were walking out on the beach, which is 3 blocks from us, and while they were walking on the beach with a caregiver, 2 caregivers actually, they were, not the girls, but the caregivers were grabbed and threatened, and they were told that they needed to give up their phone and a flash drive and any money that they had, which wasn't any money. So, but anyway, he was a medical student that had it, and this Mickey Tayo, this medical student, hello Kidron, this is our youngest, he gave it to them, and then he said, hey, I'm a medical student and I need my flash drive, please give it back to me. So the robber threw it back to him, and then he yelled after him again, well, I really need my SIM card, it has all my contacts. So the robber, he opened up the phone and he threw the SIM card back at him. So he took the phone, but he gave back the SIM card. And then Mikitayo said, God bless you, and the robber said, God bless you too. And that was kind of silly that a thief would do that. But in Mozambique, we're faced mostly with the kind of threats of petty crime and a number of pickpockets that have happened, and kind of stories along those lines. Those kinds of things can happen many places in the world. And another thing, we've had a few issues, haven't we, Kidron? I'm going to tell you about Kidron. When Kidron was 2, how old are you now, Kidron? 6. So when Kidron was 2, and did you lose your teeth? It shows your teeth. There you go. When Kidron was 2, she was in a local preschool while Megan was doing some studying in the morning, and so she got some diarrhea, and she started getting diarrhea, and diarrhea just happens with kids sometimes, but it was persistent, and it lasted 1 week, and then another week, and then finally a 3rd week, and she was over at my mother's house, who were here homeschooling the other girls. And
wait, the red dot one?
No, just listen. No, the red dot one's a different story. And then she just started laying down on the floor, and Kidron just stopped playing and eating and everything. And we could tell she'd kind of, fallen off the edge metabolically. And so we realized, man, we're going to need to do something about this. So I got a small IV, and we put in an IV, and then she sat here in this very living room, right here, and she lay on the couch, because that's where the safest hospital. Listen. No, not this one, but listen. Listen. It was another couch, but she laid down, and she got an IV in this room, because this is the cleanest and the safest hospital available, and we had her on IV for 2-3 days, and we had to check her kidneys and her electrolytes, which were all out of whack. And and that diarrhea would not stop. We gave her multiple doses of different antibiotics for many, many days, antiparasitics, and finally